Okay. Hello. Although it may not look like it, I combed my hair out today. Like I said, it may not look like it though. I don't know what it is with my hair. I can comb it out and everything, and as you see, it's still all over the place. Till it gets longer and then. Well, y'all have seen it, probably, if you're old time subscribers. But yeah, no. Let's see. Cryptid time, obviously. This is what, 58? No, no. Oh, yeah. East of, yeah, Gladdenborough. Demon Dog of Valle Crucis. Or Valle Crucis. Latin for Valley of the Cross. Is a tiny, unincorporated community in the Appalachian Mountains. Once the location of a general store that served as a way station between civilization and the wilderness, today it is a cultural destination with a calendar filled with music and festivals. It's also home to legend. It's also home to legend. Okay, that's a weird grammar writing situation. It should be to a legend or two legends. Who knows? But St. John's Episcopal. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Church built in the 1860s sits near the edge of the small community, and although it is usually as quiet the rest as quiet as the rest of the area, its graveyard is the territory of a hellhound. As the story goes, two students of a nearby college were driving past the church in the dark when a black, hulking shape leapt from behind a tombstone at the church and jumped into the road. The driver slammed on his brakes and came to rest on the shoulder of the rural highway. In front of the students was a snarling black dog the size of a man. It had blazing red eyes. When the hell beast growled and began to pad toward the car, the terrified driver took his foot off the brake and stomped on the accelerator, tearing down the curvy highway at a high speed. The dog not only followed, it closed on the car. However, once the car crossed a bridge, the dog stopped chasing them and melted into the darkness. Into the shadows works as well. Da da da. Yeah, okay. That one's interesting. These are always the legends and all of that I am a big fan of. Because hellhounds and all of that are cool and all, just hearing them. But actually, I may not have seen a hellhound, but I've seen a jet black ghost dog. A phantom dog, if you will. So I know there has to be some truth to some of these legends. Because I seen it with my own two eyes. Not in the, but you get the idea. The place I was living at before, but these are always gonna have a soft spot in my heart. Though I don't think my heart's supposed to be soft. Hold on. I don't have a heartbeat. No, I'm joking. That's a stupid joke. just hold up. I don't have a heartbeat. Stupid joke. I was a ghost all along. Now, if I was, that'd be amazing evidence, cause it'd be like, wait, he's not, he's, he makes he's, he has a whole YouTube channel he posts to. And he's a ghost? Just be, what the heck? Then what would happen? Huh? Mainstream media and just science all over the world would crumble. Which is why we're not ready to see actual living proof of a Bigfoot. We're not going to be ready for actual living proof of the Loch Ness Monster. Just not. And we for damn sure ain't ready to admit that ghosts are real. It's the sad truth. We're all of us here making these videos are crazy, if you will. We're all deemed crazy. Okay, it's still in the same crooked spot as before. But we're all deemed crazy by mainstream science, even though all of us out there whether we've seen a ghost or seen a Bigfoot or maybe a reptilian creature, which I'll admit, I kind of don't believe in those, but there's some truth because they're all over the world. I can guarantee you, I can find stories besides the New York sewer system, like lizard men or whatever they're called, but all over the world too. I bet you I can find stories from Japan, China, probably not China, maybe Russia, the UK, Africa probably, of a reptilian-like creature that shouldn't exist. So there's some truth with all of these beings. We've all seen something. So whether it's being mistaken for something else or what. But anyways, back to the next one, cause yeah. The Moon-Eyed People. The ruins of ancient stone monument dot the Appalachian Mountains, and according to Native American legend, these are buildings left by the Moon-Eyed People. The Moon-Eyed People were a diminutive nocturnal race of men with pale white skin and long beards. They were they were unable to see in daylight, and 850-foot long stone wall at the border of North Carolina and Georgia, built between approximately 400 to 500 CE, is credited to the Moon-Eyed People. The wall, anywhere from 2 to 6 feet tall, is said to be from a war the Moon-Eyed People fought against the Creek Indians, who attacked during the full moon. Even the light of the full moon was too bright for the small bearded people, and the Creek drove the Moon-Eyed People underground, where they are said to remain. Some attribute the white bearded Moon-Eyed People to another legend of Welsh travelers led by Prince Madoc, who arrived in that general area of North America in 1170 CE. However, the evidence of a Welsh incursion into North America 300 years ago, 300 years before the arrival of Columbus, is tenuous at best, and it's probably safe to say the Welsh have always been able to see in sunlight, the moon-eyed people remain a mystery. Um, next, okay, the next, do I want to, the next state will be in for, ooh, yeah, sure, yep, okay, will be the in Ohio, not here. I'm I'm staying in my state, but in the book will be in Ohio. And actually, if you look, more than halfway through the book, but I've been skipping river and lake monsters. I here in North America, I can't stand hearing about the our lake monsters and all that. There, many of them, like, I'm a git. I've said this once and I'll say it again and I'll probably get hate for it, but I can't stand the Bear Lake monster. And I guarantee you it don't exist because the first people who ever seen it were Mormon pioneers. The Mormons are, well, shall we say, almost a cult-like religion. People are gonna hate me for that, and maybe some of my friends, because I don't know, that's even if they watch my videos. I'm not religious at all. If I was, I'd be Catholic, but I can't even, I've lost faith. But, that's besides the point. They were ran out of Missouri. But they were ran out of the East Coast, the Midwest, and had to survive in a desert, which is now Utah. And it's part of Idaho. The religious beliefs won't get into details with, because I don't believe in them and couldn't care less. But if they were anything like how the Mormons are nowadays, they were screwed up out of their mind. They were crazy. And this is coming from someone who lived in Utah for most of my life. I was born and raised there. I've seen Utah like nobody has. I lived in a terrible neighborhood. Too. So I was in the rough spots of the place, the state, as well as I wasn't their religion, so they didn't like me. Granted, they never like anybody anyhow. They're too whatever you want to call it. But when it comes to the Bear Lake monster, if they seen it, guarantee what it was a moose swimming across. However, the Bear Lake monster is just freaking stupid. Like, yeah, the Bear Lake itself is massive. But we have not had any more stories, nor are there any videos of what could be deemed the Bear Lake monster. Nothing weird happens there. Nada. There's no sightings in recent times. It's all pretty much non-existent. Great. I got my cough again, but great, I think I swallowed a hair. But if someone Whether you're seeing this from Idaho or Utah, and you've been to Bear Lake and you've seen something, please, please contact me. Shoot, contact anybody. I don't care. I want to see proof before I believe in these creatures. The reason why I don't believe in the Bear Lake is because I've already told you. But the reason why I don't believe in any other river monsters here in North America, unless it's like the giant Mississippi catfish, because catfish get massive. For a second, I thought my tripod was about to fall. But catfish get massive. And there's been reports of kids being eaten by catfish down in South America. Why can't our non-teethed, sandpaper padded mouthed catfish be able to, eat a dog or whatever? Because guess what? There's some massive ones out there that could. But, like I said, most of the time, the river monsters here are seen by teens being stupid, so to speak. And most of the time, they're drunk out of their mind or high. So, what they're seeing is not real, so to speak. Yes, some locals have said, not even in Utah, but like in other states that have lake monsters, locals there say they've seen it. But then again, if you look into it more, some of those locals were seen at a bar before they encountered the creature. Now, for the Loch Ness Monster, which is not even in this country, but it's the reason why I kind of believe in it. Because at first, when I heard about it, I was like, eh. But that infamous photo turned out fake. I was like, not surprised. People like to hoax things all the time to get money. It's insulting to people who've actually seen something. But yeah, the reason why I kind of believe, though I need to find the article again, is they scientists tested the water there, found animals that were already known to be in there. Though I think they were even also got shocked by animals that are known to be in there, or not to be in there, but that are known to science, like freshwater stingrays and all of that, and eels, which, with how it's fished and everything, at least I think it's fished, but with how it is and everything, you'd think scientists would already know that there'd be stingrays and all of that, freshwater stingrays, but, well, actually, no, freshwater stingrays, they're only in certain parts. Okay, no, yeah, that makes sense. But the eels are frickin' everywhere. I bet you I can go to a lake here, if I knew how to swim, scuba dive it, and I can find you American eels. But for some reason, they tested the waters again. That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. And I may do just that if I can find the articles and everything in a good screen recorder. I'm gonna record that and do it, but this is my brief thing. Why? Mainstream science has said Loch Ness Monster ain't real. They even tried to prove their point. They tested the water once They already proved that there's nothing in there. But for some reason, they tested the waters again, and it came back with unknown DNA. What made them go back to Loch Ness and test the waters for a second time when they could have stopped on the first time and said, "See, told you"? And what it if it's not a giant plesiosaur or sea serpent, what is living in Loch Ness that is undiscovered? Because they've even said there's tons of underwater caves that could lead anywhere. It could Some caves could probably lead to the ocean. So who knows? But why'd they test it again when they could have stopped? But I'll probably make another, like, my own video on it. Of course, let me know down below in the comments if you watched this video all the way through. And yeah, until next time, see you on the next hunt.